Original art credits go to Marvel Studios. Hello. It's a speed paint series. I'm gonna call it Redraw, though it won't make sense now because the first episode isn't actually a redraw of anything. It's just my own original art of a Marvel superhero. But I think it's cool. It's Thor in a Christmas hat from Infinity War. Uh, yeah. I put him in a Christmas hat because I found out Avengers Infinity War is actually the true meaning of Christmas. Because, it's coming out on Netflix on Christmas Day. People are going to be watching it as a family, and they'll cope, and they'll cry, and they'll love each other as their favorite superheroes are destroyed before their very eyes. So, yeah, it brings people together. Nothing brings people together quite like fear and sadness. Also, I wanted to do the first episode as a Christmas thing of this because it reminded me of how the first episode of Batman the Animated Series was. No, it was the second episode. It was a Christmas episode. And now that's even better because Marvel is usually number one, and the first episode is Marvel. And the second episode of Batman the Animated Series is a Christmas episode, so Marvel number one, DC number two, just like it's always been. So I guess things never change because, Marvel rules, DC rules, except for Batman the Animated Series. It's actually a really good show. I need to get more into that show, actually. If I could find a way to watch it would be good. But anyway, so I decided to draw Thor because I can't draw Iron Man for Jack Diddley squat. He's really hard. It's that little mouth thing that kind of looks like the top of a trapezoid. His mouthpiece. It's just really hard to draw. So I decided to draw Thor because Thor is boss. He's also a god, and he's also like the best part of Infinity War in my opinion. Yeah, he's just a blast. He gets shot by the sun, and it's great. Is that a spoiler? I mean, the movie's been out on DVD for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna say it's not a spoiler. But yeah, he's just the best in this movie. He's so cool. And I put him in a Christmas hat because it's Christmas. I actually drew this picture quite a while ago. I was like, oh crap, I gotta make something Christmas related for this because I want it to be that cool, funny joke. And I already drew Thor. Let's just put a Christmas hat on him and call it good. And I think it turned out pretty cool. I think my favorite part about this picture is gonna be the very end with the lightning effects. I think that turned out a lot better than I expected. Yeah. I'm probably gonna put a link to a post that has this picture in the bottom of the video, in the description. Probably that has a post that has this picture, so you can download it, have it as your wallpaper or something if you're interested. I'm not expecting you to, but it'd be pretty cool if you did. I'm not guilt tripping you or anything. It's only Christmas. You make a internet dweeb happy, I suppose, but it's whatever, man. It's pretty cool. It took me an hour and 5 minutes to make this picture, and I sped this up 6.5 times for it to be only about 4 minutes long, 4 minutes 50 seconds or so. Yeah, I think it turned out okay. The shading was really hard, but it worked out in the end. Shading has never been my forte, but I'm trying to get better at it. Get those higher quality pics, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. That's the moral of today's story, okay? That's the moral. Alright, I'm putting my logo up in there. You gotta know who that belongs to. It's Christmas. There's the picture. If you like it, I'll put something in the bottom so you can download it. Merry Christmas, y'all. And have a happy New Year. Original art credits go to me. Hello, guys. We're back with another episode of Redraw. Yeah, this time we're actually redrawing something. It's on the thumbnail if you don't know what I'm redrawing. So this episode, it's the second episode, and it really is doing what the first episode should have done, and that is actually explain what the show is trying to do. So basically, what I just want to do is I just want to redraw other people's art. This could be original characters or OCs or the Marvel characters thing could be a consistent thing. But from now on, I'd just like people to send me pictures of a particular moment or picture of a character that they saw for me to draw. They could post it in the comments or whatever. And yeah, so I'm drawing an OC that I made back in 2015. I think it was summer of 2015. Yeah, it was right when I made my Google account for my Google Plus account for my YouTube channel, and some colleagues of mine. I'm not gonna call their names out because it was such a long time ago and it's really not very important. They showed me a Google Plus community. As cringy as it sounds, it was called Spider High, and the whole shtick of it was that you made your own original spider character. And one of my colleagues was like, "Hey, you should join this community." And I'm like, "Well, I want to make a good first impression on the internet and be a open-minded guy, so sure, I'll join it." And then I just doodled on a piece of paper for about 10 to 15 minutes and made this lovely lad. I decided to name him Alfred, and he had like 6 arms originally in the original picture, which I decided to change down to 4, and technically 2 of them aren't even his own arms, because it's just a clutter. If you have 6 arms, it's hard to imagine a character moving in a whole lot of different poses if you have 6 arms getting in the way of literally everything you do. It might be convenient if in real life you had 6 arms, but it's just not. It's a lot harder to draw 6 arms in a picture, And yeah, friggin', what a first impression. I looked back on the drawing for this picture, and I didn't expect it to look as bad as it did. I thought, I remember that picture holding up pretty well when I first made it, and then it was like, I actually took a look at it, and it was like, oof, that was like the first drawing I ever posted on the internet, Jabibus. Eh, I was like, I've been waiting to redo this one for a long time, haven't I? Because I have used it in a couple of like failed attempts at projects. Like there's a superhero thing I wanted to do for a while that had this character as a side character in it and all that. I love the design of the character, so I want to keep him around in at some capacity because he's not a bad looking character. So I thought, well, this would be a great example of what I want to do for my channel and a great video to explain what I want to do for my channel. I'm repeating myself a lot. I'm sorry. But yeah, uh, his name is Alfred Alderon. I don't know why I decided to name him Alderon, but uh, I also made a couple of animated skits about the guy on my channel, but they're all terrible, so I wouldn't recommend you go look at them. And I say a lot, don't I? Just judging myself a lot today. Just not having the best day. Uh, Glad to have a little bit of me time, just talk to the audience, real close, and all that. Uh, just enjoy the silence for a bit. Got a loud guest over at our house, and it's like, yeah, just need a little bit of me time. just a little bit of peace, a little bit of quiet. But yeah, if you want to see your character drawn in a different way, or you just want to see somebody, if like you're one of those people who think they're not competent at art at all and want to see it done competently in your opinion, you can send me your art or any of that stuff. So I just like redrawing things. I like remaking things, but not movies, because I'd be terrible at that, because I've never. Yeah, there are only a few good remake movies. I've decided to change my little signature doodad too. Okay, so there's the original, 6 arms and all, and he's kind of a mess. And then there's the newbie. I think that turned out way better. Original art credits go to S.A.Nath. Hey guys, we're on our third video of redraw, and we're doing something original. So the first one we were doing a not redraw. The second video we were doing a redraw of something I made, and now we're finally getting to the nitty gritty, and we're doing somebody else's artwork. Who wants the original art is on the thumbnail, and it will be shown at the end of the video. So today we're doing a character called Razor. That's his name. I don't know if it's his birth certificate name, but if it is, his parents probably hate him. And he's from a show that the creator made on his YouTube channel called let me check here real quick. Sorry guys, just gonna scroll in here real quick. Total Warriors Alpha Squad. That's the name. Don't wear it out. And it's a animated show on Microsoft Paint that this guy S.A.Nath made, or on his Discord he's called F-Y-R-E-E Free Y? I don't know. But it's basically, from what I could gather, it's a show like that's a military group in the future, and it's all futuristic, and Razor happens to be the most BA character out of the group according to the creator. And well, I'm not going to recommend that you go check the show out, because it's really up to you to do that. I'm not going to say you need to watch it, but if you're interested, you can check it out. I will say though, the animation is a little rough, to say the least. I admire how the dude can the dude can just sit down and animate. I can't animate for jack diddly squat for anything longer than 30 seconds. I just don't have the patience for it. And this guy is making videos that are like 13 minutes animated, and that's rather noble, but maybe not Microsoft Paint. Maybe it shouldn't be Microsoft Paint. And the designs have cool, like, they look cool, like if they were to be redrawn, wink wink nudge nudge, if because there is some potential with these designs and characters. I don't like the name Razor particularly, but you know, I'm sure that's not his birth certificate name. And this guy's got a lot of knives. We talked about which one he wanted, because he said he had over 400 OCs, and I'm like, God damn, how many years you been friggin' animating, my guy? And he's like 20, and I'm like, God damn, boy, like really? And he's like, yeah, I'm way too old to be doing this, and he's like, and I'm like, yeah, no, you're fine. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. That's the moral of the story. If you think something is truly good, do it. Unless you're Thanos, because then you want to wipe out half the universe, and that shouldn't be good.
That's not good. That's not good. It's not good. What do you mean it shouldn't? It's not. It's not good in the slightest. But he's got the patience to do the stuff he does, and it's noble. I wish I had the patience to animate, because who hasn't wanted to make their own cartoon, right? And I took a couple of liberties. He has a habit of like posting pictures of his characters, but never showing the bottom half of what his characters look like. So the boots and stuff are all like just stuff that I created because I didn't know what they actually looked like. Uh, he appears to have dual swords on his back, so I took one of them out for the cool pose. He has a band. He has like a strap on his head, but in the original picture there wasn't like the bandana thing going out like Ryu or whatever, or like Metal Gear Solid. So I decided to add that. And one interesting thing is he has like a stitch across one of his eyes, but it like goes over his glasses, and that just reminds me of the Phineas and Ferb movie, and where it's like I happen to notice the scar goes over your eye patch. It's like, yeah, nothing, you know. I gave him these gauntlet things because uh, when people are like tank tops or whatever, and they have just bare arms all over the place, I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. So I like to put gauntlets on this kind of thing. And yeah, I don't think there's very much to talk about other than that. So here in a bit, or maybe it's a little later, because actually I'm doing a new thing where I record the audio beforehand, and then when I'm done drawing, I speed up the audio to the point where it's the same length as the audio. So maybe that will work. But there will be the new one, there will be the old one and the new one. The old one will show for 5 seconds. The new one will show for 5 seconds. So yeah, that'll happen in a little bit. And yeah. So you guys have a good day. You know, I'll have one done soon. I'll have more of these coming out as we go along. Yeah, have a good day.
Original art credits go to Fizzy Pop. Sounds delicious. Hey, hello, boys and girls. Sorry, that was a terrible introduction. I said hey and hello at the same time. And, that's not really important compared to what we're doing today. Uh, we're doing the, we're doing a weird one, folks. We're doing a very weird one. I put a post on the Google Plus and saying, hey, uh, I need OCs to draw for my redraw show, and like the second response I got was this one. Uh, there's a description for, uh, her name is Fran. She is a psychotic yandere, if you couldn't tell, who is madly in love with a boy that clearly hates her. That's par for the course for a yandere. I mean, yeah. He knows how dangerous she is, but it doesn't stop Fran from trying to get him. Yeah, them yanderes, man, they're pretty darn consistent with their madly in loveliness with you. It's insane. It's like it's all like, you know, people have made a huge deal out of yanderes recently. You know, like that game that came out like a year or so ago called Yandere Simulator. Then there's Your Neighbor is a Yandere, which is on the App Store, and it's how did it get on the App Store? It's like yanderes are a big thing, so I'm not surprised that there's a yandere OC. I don't know why I'm doing one. It's because the person seems really nice. Uh, freaking. I was thinking of something, but then I lost it. I friggin' just, just look. It's the original art is always on the thumbnail and it's always shown at the end, so you can see just how I probably toned down the craziness a lot in this picture because the original picture looks insane. it had room for improvement, but like they got the emotions for this crazy chick down on pat. Like there are no problems with this one. Somebody told me the other day that they would love to have a yandere girlfriend, and I'm like, why? Why would you want that? Why would you want a yandere girlfriend? And they're like, well, one, they always love you. They never want to leave your side, and they seem like they could be well supporting, and they'll take care of you always because they don't want you to die because they love you too much. And I'm like, yeah, but you're forgetting about the part where if you literally even have an iota of a thought of another woman in your life, she stabs you and then makes you look like you're the a-hole. And I'm like, that's not how relationships are supposed to go. It's a two-way street, man. And like they could be the hottest chick in the world, but if they were like, "Oh, I love you. I want everything to do with you," but yeah, you know your sister? Yeah, she happens to be a woman, so you're not allowed to hang out with her at all. And I'm like, "No. I want to hang out. I have female friends. I have friends with the female genitalia. It's not my fault that like women can be nice and there's more than one nice woman on the planet, you know? It's just not my cup of tea. Some people are into psychopaths. They're called masochists, I guess. They're the ones that are always on the bottom, you know? Even when the honor is like, you should be on the top this time. They're like, nah, nah. And then she's like, fine, but like we're using the handcuffs this time. And the guy's like, huh, how about I be on the top? Huh? That's a good way to change someone's mind. It's like, by the way, nobody said this was for kids. No, nobody said that. I've always gone for the PG-13 to rated R thing with this channel because I'm not trying to pander to kids. I'm just trying to be funny, and I think I'm doing a good job. So anyway, here in a little bit I'll be all finished up with this, and it'll show a before and after picture, old for 5 seconds, new for 5 seconds. Here in a little bit toward the end because I'm doing a new thing where I record the audio beforehand. If you saw the last video I made, you'd know that already. But just in case, you know, uh, because some people just aren't interested in speed paints, but then they see the yandere and they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna click on the video now. It happens. People get curious, but yeah, this was actually kind of fun to draw. I had a good time, but it's weird. You guys have a good night. You know, get some sleep. You'll see this in your dreams. Original art credits go to M4968. Hey guys, uh, we're back with the usual a redraw, and today we are doing a character which I can only assume was somewhat based off of Tron, or at least Tron Legacy, and it's amazing. It's such a cool designed character we got this time. This is actually my second time recording this because I recorded it a couple of days back, and what happened is I found out that the gender of this particular character is in fact not what I kept saying it was in the original audio. It was a female character. Oh, this is a female character, and I kept saying that it was male. The guy, I talked to him about it. I didn't know. He was like, "It's all right. Everyone thinks it's a guy." And I'm like, "Well, that's good, but I'm still gonna re-record so that it's all hunky dory from here on out." But yeah, this character just looks fabulous. Uh, she kind of looks like, yeah, she looks like a Tron character fused with kind of like an anime kind of thing going on, other than without the eyes showing that it's anime. She's got like these goggles, right? that are like, I think those show her eyes, and it's pretty freaking cool. It's cracked, and I want to know what happened to her eyes that made it so they were cracked, but I haven't gotten an answer about that. There is a description here for the character. It says all the guy who made her has to say is she's serious and silent most of the time. Now, you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of a character that's like the best friend of the main character of an anime of some sort. You know, there's a bunch of those technological animes around. You know, like Sword Art Online, and then there's that movie Summer Wars. You know, stuff like that, where it's like they're like playing in online or whatever, and then there's like a guy in a hood who's super ambiguous, and he goes up and he's like, ah, 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 I am the bad guy. If you want to escape the video game, you must beat all of the levels or whatever. And by the way, you're stuck in the video game. Because if you try to take the headset off, you will die. And if you die in the game, you die in real life. Well, I'm the bad guy. And just like, I'd watch that. I loved the first season of Sword Art Online. I never got around to the second one though. But yeah, that's what she reminds me of. She reminds me of like the side character to an anime like that. Why not the main character is because like the main characters are usually portrayed as either like kind of cocky, kind of stupid, and then they always have that really serious friend who's like actually really good at combat and whatnot. And that's kind of what I just imagine when I see this person. I'm probably gonna put them in an anime pose. I don't know yet because I'm recording it before I digitalize it. You know, put it onto art. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I might give her like a laser blade or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the limbs though, cause I'm planning on giving her hands or whatever, but I don't know if I'll give her like normal feet or if I'll give her like square feet or like the picture or I don't know. But it'll come out great. Um, it was really fun to draw the paper version of it anyway, but not everything's the same from paper to digital, so you never know really. And the person who made her seems really nice because a funny story. Um, when I first asked for OCs, he sent me a picture of a pink-haired one that I was gonna do, and then I'm like, "Do you got a full body shot of it?" Because he didn't send me a full body shot of the character, and he's like, "Yeah, sure," and he sends me a picture of this guy, person, woman, and I'm like, "Well, okay, then I'll draw her instead." And then I'm like, "Hey, your blue-haired guy is gonna be in an episode in like a couple of days. How do you feel about that?" And he's like, "What? Oh wait, no, wait. I thought. Oh gosh, no. I'm sorry. I accidentally sent you the full body shot of the blue-haired person when I should have sent the pink one." And I'm like, "Well, I already got most of the stuff done." And he's like, "You know, it's fine. It's fine. Let me just tell you the personality of this character then real quick." And I'm like, "Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being so understanding." I was thrown for a loop, but the second I saw this character, I was like, yes, this is amazing, and I'm gonna draw it. So yeah, well now it should be getting to that point where it shows the old and the new, you know, and then I'll be leaving you here. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful day and all that. You just have a good one, guys. Original art credits go to Saturn Bloom. Cool. Hey guys, we're at a what is this? I don't know which episode this is gonna end up on, but we're on a new episode of Redraw, and today we're doing
Another weird one, folks. This character only has one sentence in his description, and it's slashed with a line across it, and it says, "His name is Eric. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh." Okay. Uh, as you can see, he's a lad who has baseball attire on, and has a baseball for a head, and has devil horns, and the baseball is not attached is not attached to the body or the horns. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do with artistic liberty with this one. I couldn't change a whole lot because it was just so weird. It was like, what am I gonna do that's gonna fix how amazing this is? And you know, I it doesn't say any description, doesn't say any backstory for this. It just sent me a picture of a dude in a baseball with a baseball head and devil horns in a baseball suit wearing an E on the shirt, which is, oh, thank you. You know, E is my favorite letter in the alphabet. Yeah, I mean, it's only Amaze E games, you know? I'm pretty sure that was a coincidence. Uh, Actually, I'm almost definitely positive it was a coincidence. But since there is no backstory, I've been thinking while looking at the picture of the OC, which is always on the thumbnail. Uh, I've been thinking maybe I'll make my own backstory for this guy. So he's got a baseball head and baseball attire, right? Um, Maybe he was legendary baseball star Babe Ruth in his youth, and then maybe when he died, people weren't ready to lose him yet, so they were like, "How are we gonna bring him back?" And then uh, they were like, "All right, let's use satanic rituals." They throw him on the pentagram on the ground, right, and then they write in blood because of course, and then they're like, "We have the only way we can bring him back is by putting stuff in there that defines Babe Ruth." And then it was like, well, the only thing we know about him is baseball, so they threw a baseball in there in his clothes. And then it was like, apparently that was enough. So his body just got reformed in baseball attire. And then the baseball head, he has no eyes. He can't see. And it's kind of creepy because, like, the stitches in the baseball are like where his eyes should be. So it looks like his eyes were sewn shut. It's just creepy as heck. Um, and the devil horns indicate that he was only created due to satanic rituals. I mean, that's probably not the real backstory of this character. I almost guarantee it. But, it's just like one of those things where you get to have fun with this. I can definitely have a good time giving a backstory to a character with such unique elements to it. And the original picture ain't too bad either. So I couldn't do a whole lot. I like doing full body shots, but I think this one's not gonna show past his kneecaps. Uh, since I'm recording the audio, I don't really know how the picture is gonna turn out on the redraw, but I think it'll turn out great. I added a couple of things like, you know, I changed the design of the E so it was a bit easier to draw. I didn't put as many lines on the sleeves. I gave him a bracelet on one of his arms because I have a thing for bracelets, I guess. I don't know. You know, me and my weird fetishes. I'm sorry. uh, my laugh is terrible. But anyway, yeah, I might give him a baseball bat though. As of right now, I don't even know what the colors of this guy are because I asked him if he had a colored picture of his OC, and he's like, no. But maybe I'll give you. I'll draw one tomorrow and give it to you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just waiting for that to show up, and I'm sure it'll be just dandy. I'm sure everything will be fine. Plus, actually, I said he a lot, but it might be a she. I don't know. I don't know genders just by profile pictures. But yeah, so right about now it'll be showing the old and the new pictures, and you can just look and compare. I always put pictures. I always put a post with both the pictures, the remake and the original, in the posts down in the description, with of course credits to the original artist and all that. So that'll be there, and you guys can just have yourselves a wonderful little day.
Original art credits go to Shiloh Wright, the freak for freckled Jesus. That's a that's an interesting name, but hello. How's it going, guys? We're back with the same o redrawing what people made previously. But we just call it redraw because it wouldn't roll off the tongue quite as well if it was called that. Anyway, today we're doing an interesting one. Not because the OC itself is like a yandere or anything like the one from earlier this week, but because no wait, by the time this is uploaded, it'll be the Monday after the yandere. But yeah, anyway, yeah, today we're doing an interesting one because it's an OC of a previously existing property that the person did not create. There's a description here for it. It's a this is Asami. Okay, her name is Asami. That's an interesting name. An old witchblade. Yes, there's an anime adaptation OC. See, I've never heard of Witchblade. I know nothing about it, even at this point, and this is not the first time I've read this. But it's I'm sure it's cool or whatever. I don't know what it used to be before it was an anime adaptation. Probably a manga. I would guess a manga. But it's she says she wanted to see a remake of her since this design is slightly outdated. Now, I don't fully agree with that because I think the art for this character, the original art is stellar. I don't yeah, stellar is the perfect word for it. It's got great lighting, better lighting than I probably will ever do. Lighting's like my one that like it's like my least strong thing I can do, and she nailed it. The eye was really pretty, uh, though I might have to edit a couple of things. Like the outfit might have to change just a little bit. This is more of a reimagining, really, than a full-on redraw because I'm not just taking the old art and just like keeping most of the design the same and all that. Um, I'm gonna add a little more colors. Gonna add a under top, like a kind of like a tank top, but for under already pre-existing tank tops, I suppose. Because I am terrified of YouTube striking my channel down over the slightest sexual thing. And the original art isn't inherently sexual, but there is a fair amount of what you would say cleavage in it, and it is. Uh, I just don't wanna. I'd have to deal with anything if I don't have to, so I'm gonna edit it a little in the video with the undershirt and whatnot. I'm gonna keep it the same though on the profile pic. Nothing's gonna change with that. The undershirt will be red to make up for the fact that I have to cover up part of her design, which is a broken heart on her, I don't know, right bosom. I'm gonna keep the necklace. I'm gonna keep the tank top at the same height or cut as it was before. I'm just gonna add a little bit of stuff here and there to make it a little like the PG-13 version of the design. Though I personally don't like that I gotta do that. And some might even say I don't even have to do that. And you would be correct, but I don't want to take any chances, and I hope that the original creator can understand. Uh, Man, I had to redo this twice because I was talking too much about how I was afraid of YouTube, but you know what, maybe it's whatever. I might add like highlights to the hair. Uh, I do full body shots most of the time, so I might add like heels or something to the bot to her, like as her shoes or whatever. I don't know what I'll do quite yet. I'm changing her bracelet though, maybe to make it a little more easy to draw. But I'll keep the purple in there and all that. Most of the colors are gonna stay the same. It's just there's gonna be a bit more of the colors, and I hope that's okay. It's a great design. The original is fantastic, and I don't want to do any wrongdoing to the original creator. This is the most change I've done to an OC since the one I did for my second episode, and that was because it was my OC and I really did not like the old design of it. So I hope everything works out in the end. Uh, I had a lot of fun drawing this one, actually. It was a new experience drawing something like this. I don't usually draw women a whole lot, but you know, this is a great one, and this is the second short-haired woman that I've drawn within the last like 7 days or so. I guess that's a new trend or something, but it's a rockin' one. So yeah, I guess I'll end off with that. I guess I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. You know, wherever you're at, just have a grand old time where you are, and I will see you in the next redraw. Original art credits go to Jason Carroll 456 or Mad Yoshi 456. I don't know which one it is, but hello guys. Welcome back to a new episode of the Redraw Show. And today we are going to be doing a giant Japanese robot. Or actually, I do not know what country this is from, but it looks Japanese, Chinese, Asianese, something. I hope that's not racist. But the original creator is actually somebody I know, like in real life. His name is Jason Carroll. Yeah. And if you're like, oh, you shouldn't be giving out his personal name like that, I'm like, it's on his Instagram with the exact same profile picture and art and stuff. He just calls himself Mad Yoshi 456 on YouTube and Jason Carroll 456 on Instagram. So it's all good, I'm sure. But yeah, he's a real person that I am acquainted with. He's a good friend of mine. I invited him to my birthday party last year, so we know each other okay. He drew me a portrait that I have on my wall right now of me, Monkey, and my best friend Matthew. And yeah, he's a good old chap. But this robot is actually from the extended uh, JDCC the Jason Carroll Cinematic Universe, and the D stands for digital art, I'm sure. Uh, but he's got his own like superhero genre universe thing going on, like the Marvel and the DC, except those are multi-billion-dollar companies, and Jason is merely but a 6-foot lad who lives in the garage of his grandma's house. But yeah, it's actually really cool. This OC has actually got a name. Its name is Atomic Cyber Warrior. Okay, so I gotta be frank. Neither of the brothers. Jason has a brother. His name is Jacob. Neither of them are the best at naming things. Atomic Cyber Warrior is okay, but it's not the most original name I've ever heard, and I'm sure he's not the. It's not the first time he's heard that from somebody, and I'm sure he's trying and whatnot. But yeah, not the most original name, Atomic Cyber Warrior. Uh, I'm probably gonna put him in like the hero pose, with the probably with the red circle in the background with the lines, the red lines and the flashing with the white. I don't know what flag that is, but it's a flag and it would look really cool, I'm sure. Um, I didn't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to give him a sword or not because he's in a cyber warrior. And he's got like the bandana thing going on behind his head. So I'm like, well, should I or should I not give him a sword? Nah, I'm probably not because it's not true to the character. And I don't know where the atomic part of this character comes from actually, because other than like these glowy bits on his arms, I don't really see that anything that atomic. But then again, I don't know the rich lore, I suppose, of Mad Yoshi 456's freaking superhero universe. I know that this isn't the main character of the show. The main character of the show is like named Johnny Nell or something like that, which is actually a kind of original name. Other than I think Johnny's a bit overused, but you know you can't change it. He's had the character for a good while now. I'm not gonna tell him to change the name of the character or whatever. That'd be disrespectful. And he recently came out with a picture on his Instagram account of his hero in a 3.0 outfit, which is really sick looking. Okay, it's really cool. Uh, yeah, it's it's a standard Japanese, Chinese, Asianese look at these robot, and it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna take a whole lot of creative liberties with it. I might give it a neck, cause I think it might look a little bit better that way. And me and him really don't have that different of art styles, so uh, yeah, it's just I do a bit more digital than him. But other than that, we don't have a whole lot different in our art styles. Maybe the eyes are different, but other than that, you know, yeah. Well, he's a good guy, and I hope that he actually uh makes like an industry out of his superheroes. I think it would be cool on like a Disney XD show. They got the Big Hero 6 show on there. I mean, I'm sure there's a home for it somewhere. I think it has a lot of potential. Might take a couple of rewrites. I know his inspiration, or at least one of them, is Butch Hartman, and that's a good inspiration to have. He's a good animator. So I just hope he follows his dreams. So right about now, it'll be showing the old one and the new one, and yeah, have a good day, guys. Original art credits go to Shadow LLX. What does that mean, even? Like, large extra? I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of The Redraw Show, starring me, Monkey from Amazing Games. See, I'm a human. I can mess up. I can. I have flaws. I'm like the perfect character. Except not, because I have flaws. Exactly. See, you get it. Anyway, today we're doing a super villain. Yeah, on today we did a superhero Asianese robot, and today we're doing a super villain that goes by the name of the Black Falcon. Now, if you didn't know, Shadow LLX is the brother of Jason Carroll 456, the guy who made the robot, and neither of them are the best at naming things. I think Black Falcon is a little generic. I don't know what else you'd call him, but like you'd have to give me a minute to think about it. But you know, it's like the Black Falcon is like 3 letters away from being the Blue Falcon, which is Captain Falcon, and then there'd be a Suin happening and all that. But like whatever. But yeah,
This guy's name is the Black Falcon, and we actually have a description from this guy on his Instagram, and it goes as follows: Zenith was inspired to be a villain. I think Zenith is the main character in this cinematic universe that he's made, uh, or I guess comic universe. Zenith was inspired to be a villain by his father, the Black Falcon. So his daddy is Black Falcon. He was an inventor who made a pair of mechanical wings. I think Michael Keaton played Black Falcon. Now that I think about it, in Spider-Man: Homecoming, the parallels are uncanny. That was controlled by a neurochip connector, but was rejected by potential buyers due to how dangerous it would be. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling some connections to the Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Uh, if you watched the movie, you'd know why. Freaking how dangerous it may be. Outraged, Black Falcon was born, forming a huge crime syndicate. Okay, that is literally like the Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming. He told me he hasn't seen the movie, and I'm not gonna not believe him. But that is just a little too similar. Made a crime syndicate. Okay. Years later, after gaining so much money, Black Falcon retired from his villain work to raise a family. But little did he know that someone was going to continue the family business. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. If it wasn't the Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming, nah, I can't, right, I can't rant too much on that. But if you watch the movie, you would notice that there are a lot of similarities, like from the Black Falcon and the Vulture, played by Michael Keaton. Um, which you gotta love, because Michael Keaton just makes any movie immediately like at least 20% cooler. But it's just there are a couple of things though that make him stand out a bit from the Vulture. For one, he has those red gems all over him, and he's got the he's got like these fangs on his wings that make it more like bat wings, but with the but there are like feathery shapes in the wings, so you know that they're actually like bird wings. And I think some birds have like talons connected to the tip of their wings, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not actually certain. But uh, I knew I knew Jacob, that's Shadow LX's, personally. He was the one that helped me make the original trailer for my channel until me and Matt remade it and then deleted the original, so you won't be able to find it. But me and him made a couple of vids together. Of course, I had to wear a mask and all that. And he was a good egg. When I met him, when I knew him, we were friends for a good couple of years, and then we had a falling out, and then we friggin' a year later, we started hanging out again, and he got better. There were problems we had, and we just couldn't fix it, and I guess we just needed a break. And having a break is never the worst thing in the universe. Because especially if it ends up having things better than what it was in the long run. Uh, Now when I left my hometown with all my friends, with like Matt, Jason, Bryce, Jacob, all of them. I didn't want to leave, by the way, but yeah. By the time we left, we were pretty good friends. Well, at least enough for me to ask him if he wanted to see any of his characters on here, and he sent me this one. So I'm a doing it, and I'm gonna try and do it as best I can. I miss I miss everyone back home so much. Like, you don't even know. I miss them so much. But anyway, it should be showing the new. I mean, the old first for a couple of seconds, and then showing the new. And yeah, have yourselves a good day, guys. Original art credits go to Ghoulby, aka Lowlife. Hello. It's another episode of the Redraw Show, brought to you by me. But anyway, yeah, friggin' today we're doing a interesting one. Interesting because I took a little bit more artistic liberties with this one than I would usually do, and two, um, even though I didn't say one, there's a two. There's a very interesting backstory to this one, guys. Ghoulby, I will just be calling her that, or him. I don't know which one it is. Um, Made a very interesting backstory for this person. Um, and it goes as follows. I guess we'll go right into it. Uh, I'll try to shorten it as best as I can. She says, she's a young priest who decided to join a war in the Castanic side. Castanics are basically human-like demons. Okay. In all reality, though, she's just a succubus who needed information to take the children from the Sorrow Tree, a tree that during the war became an island, due to them being able to see the world the way God sees it. She decided to take the body of a kind, well known, and trusted priest, thinking it would be a better way to get information. Wow. So that's a movie, right? Pretty sure that's a movie. Well, if it isn't, it should be. That would be fabulous. Uh, Priests and demons and whatnot, they've kind of been a. I've had a soft spot for them, I suppose. I mean, I liked that one Vin Diesel Witch Hunter movie or whatever it was called. That had demons in it. What was it called? The Last Witch Hunter? Is that what it was called? I kind of liked that one, but not a lot of people did. I thought it was okay. I love demons and stuff when it comes to like Castlevania and whatnot. I think that's really cool. Uh, yeah. So this person, I'm assuming, is also part demon, part human, I suppose. Uh, but yeah, she in the original art is actually not bad. Actually, it's weird because people who aren't bad at art are sending me art to redraw, and I'm like, but you're good enough, guys. Uh, why do you need it redrawn? But I suppose it's because people just want to see it drawn in another way or something along those lines. Uh, but yeah, it's just one of those things. The original had like a white dress, just plain. You know, it's on the thumbnail, so you guys would know. I gave it a gold trim. I made the necklace a little bit closer to the neck. I made the neck shorter. Yeah, I gave it my own little flair, as it were. I didn't know whether she had legs or if she was just like floating, or so I made the dress. I made it look kind of like she was floating. You could see her fingers kind of through the dress and whatnot, through the arm sleeves, uh, and all that. And yeah, I think the concept that I did for that one was pretty cool. I haven't seen it in digital yet because, of course, I record this before I go digital with it, which means AKA before all the colors go into it. So I haven't seen the full product yet, but from what I got from the drawing so far for the sketch, it's gonna be pretty cool, I suppose. I at least hope that the person that made it is proud, or not proud, but like satisfied with the wait, because she has waited for this one for about a month, because I made a list at the beginning of the month of all the OCs I was gonna do, and then yeah, She was one of the first ones actually, but there was so many that came in at once. I just had to do some. But yeah, so yeah, uh, right about now it should be showing the old one, and then the new one shortly after, and the opposite of no. So yeah, I'll see you. See you guys later. Have a wonderful little day for yourselves. Original art credits go to Jason Carroll 456 and Shadow LLX. Yeah, that's right. It's two creators. Hmm. Though the original art was made by, technically it was just made by Jason. Yeah, but hello guys. Welcome to the new episode of the Redraw Show, and today is a very special episode, because it is the shared birthday of both Jacob and Jason, uh, otherwise known as Shadow LLX, and Mad Yoshi 456 respectively, and I knew both of them in person, so I feel like I should throw them a little gift or something to because I live so far away now, and I cannot simply draw a picture and give it to them myself. So I'm just gonna show it through the internet, I suppose. But yeah, friggin', they're both artists, so, and this picture is them fighting. The original picture, uh, yeah, it was originally drawn by Jason, and it was back a couple years back when Jason wasn't the best at art, and well, he nobody really is the best at art. Some say I'm terrible. Some would say I'm terrible at art. But yeah, it was made back when he wasn't good at perfect at art, and Jason and Jacob actually like hated each other a lot. Like it was ridiculous, but it's better for the most part now, or at least as far as I could tell, it's better than what it used to be. Um, yeah, for a while, like eighth grade, ninth grade area, it was straight up Napoleon versus Snowball up in here. That's right, I'm throwing those sick Animal Farm references at you. I'm a cultured human being. But yeah, they despised each other. But let's not focus on the hate, because this is the collective birthdays of these two, and you shouldn't focus on hate when it's your birthday. And yeah, um, I did both of their OCs recently. Um, Jason changed the name to his robot guy that I did a week back, to Robot Shinobi or something, or Cyber Shinobi, I think is what he said it was called. Uh, Friggin', I can check that actually. Uh, he called Iron Shinobi. Iron Shinobi. So it's Japanese Iron Man. Iron Shinobi. And uh, at this point in time when I'm recording, the Black Falcon video hasn't uploaded yet, so I don't know what Jacob's reaction to that will be, but I hope he gets a kick out of it, because I actually really enjoyed recording the audio for that one. Um, both of them, yeah, both of them do the arts, but I would have to say overall, and I'm sure Jacob would agree with me too a little bit, at least a little bit. Um, Jason is slightly in the superior way. He's slightly superior when it comes to his art than Jacob. Uh, they're neither of them are the worst. They're not like 3-year-olds. There's clearly effort put in, but when it comes to the actual art, Jason has a bit of a edge on Jacob. He seems to take his art more seriously. Jason does, which good for him. I don't take my art seriously at all, but I still make it look nice. I try anyway. Uh, Jacob seems a little bit more laid back with it and all, and that could be equally as good. You can't. Sometimes you can't have good art if you're not enjoying yourself while doing it, and I'm sure Jason is too. But it seems that Jacob's enjoying it a little more. But I also don't see art uploaded from him nearly as often as Jason, so that I don't know what's going on there. Uh, but yeah, overall, uh, Jacob colors more often too. Jason does really good black and white sketches with his ink pen and whatnot. Sorry, somebody walked in while I was recording. There was probably going to be a weird pause in the audio. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, um, yeah. Jason does really cool ink sketches with his ink pen and whatnot, and it's really cool, and it looks more professional. Uh, and he's got a cool style. He's got really long necks, and it's really cool. And you know, and another cool thing is they both have their own like superhero thing going on, I suppose. Um, because Jason has this thing, life of a superhero or whatnot, with Johnny now on Iron Shinobi and all that, and Jacob, that just happened to be around the same exact time as Jason, made the idea of a thing called Life of a Teenage Supervillain, and I thought that was that's a pretty large coincidence, pretty substantial coinky dink. But when I told Jacob about it, he was like, "Oh, I had no idea that he was doing that actually." Oh, now I feel just the worst, and I'm like, "Well, okay. I mean, he's your twin brother. Maybe you got that mind link thing, but it just so happened to get weirded out. So it happened to be the exact opposite idea of each other, but it's somehow like the same at the same time. Same concept, different, exact opposite side of the battle. And, I'm waiting for that crossover episode of you know, freaking their superheroes fighting supervillains. Yeah, on Jacob's Instagram, he's got like a whole arsenal of villains. Like there's one that has that's like half crazy and the other half is even more crazy, and they have like ice and fire flamethrowers. And it's like, wow. Well, all right then. That's insane. And then, there's all those cool villains, I mean heroes that freaking Jason has, like, Atomics, who is Johnny now with his atomic powers, Robo Iron Shinobi, Speedy, freaking Animal, I think is one of them, probably, or Wild Man, probably. But yeah, so right about now it'll be showing the old and the new pictures. I've been saying a lot today, but happy birthday, you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday, rest of your day, or whatever. And just so you know, I really miss you guys. And I'll talk to you guys later. Original art credits go to Fang the Fox. Hello, welcome to the new episode of the Redraw Show. And today, we're doing our first furry kind of thing going on. I don't know if it's a first, not a persona per se, or a furry, but it's an anthropomorphic character, and I don't. By the time this is up, I don't think I've done any of those. But yeah, uh, this character is known as Lemonade. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Lemonade. Yeah, that's her name. And this is a cool one because Fang the Fox, the person that made this one, actually gave me a character color sheet for it, and that'll make things a lot easier for the digitaling process. And this one also has a story or a backstory to it. And I'm just gonna read that right now while we're ahead. Um, Lemonade was raised by her mother and older sister. She always had a passion for the violin, ukulele, and guitar, and spent most of her childhood playing them. Cool. Stringed instruments are pretty dope. When she turned 18, her mother kicked her out of the house for not having a job. Yeah, my mom would do the same thing. So Lemonade was homeless for a while. That's sad. One day she was playing the ukulele and met a gray rat named Delia. The two became friends quickly and soon were dating. Wait, I'm assuming Leia is also a woman. But I'm not sure. Lem has two kids, and Ray and the oldest who is 16, and then the youngest who is Faye, who is 14. And the children are both girls. Ray is a rat and Faye is a fox. So wait, Leia sounds like a female name. So is Lem is Lemonade. She has two kids. So she has a child with Leia, but is Leia a woman? Cuz that sounds like a woman's name. But they can't have kids if they're both. I mean, I guess there's the whole sperm bank situation, but I'm not going to look too far into it. But yeah, that was a pretty neat backstory, I suppose. You can get to know this character if you wish. Uh, I changed a little bit in the sketch for this character. I added some more patterns of the stripes that is in part of her hair to her arms and some of them in her legs. The description also said thick. So uh, I'm gonna have to see what I can do with that. Friggin', it seems it's the first of a new era of because up to this point I think I've only done humanoid characters that are like robots and also freaking mostly just humans. I think I've only done one robot before this. Nothing really animal that's like not wearing like a suit or something. I mean, I guess there was a demon baseball a couple of weeks back, but yeah, that's pretty cool. This is opening a big door for the channel. Uh, Next thing you know, there'll be like a bajillion My Little Pony OCs coming through, and I'm gonna, I don't want to make the bronies feel bad, so I suppose I'll have to draw them, and you might see a couple in like the next couple of weeks just because I said that. But yeah, so right about now, you should be seeing the old picture, and then quickly after seeing the new one, and yeah, have a good day, guys. Original art credits go to Game Genie Ryan. Hello. It's another new episode of the Redraw Show featuring yours truly. Yeah, today we're doing a request from my personal buddy, Game Genie Ryan. I think he's done a couple of videos with us before. Actually, he's definitely done at least a couple of videos with us before. I don't know if they've been deleted or not or whatever, but yes, he has worked with us before. I knew him personally, and I'm not picking people I know personally ahead of people I don't know personally. He's asked me to do this for a couple of weeks. If you look at some of my previous videos, you will see that he has asked me to do it. So today I am doing Game Genie Ryan's thumbnail profile picture. I'm redoing it, making it better, I suppose, is maybe the right word for it, but I honestly don't know. The original's rough, but it's not terrible, honestly. Ryan's not a bad artist, so you know, I and plus, hey, it's a new experience. I get to draw a Dragon Ball related thing for the first time, and yeah, I love Dragon Ball. I've been watching Kai recently. I've been getting into it because I want to know the backstory to all this stuff. Because I love the games and whatnot, but I don't know the characters very well because I never watched the anime. So it's like I'll just watch Kai because it's better animated and it basically has none of the filler episodes that the original series had and all of that. So yeah, I'm getting real into it. And Ryan is an interesting person. He also loves Dragon Ball, as far as I know. Uh, but he friggin' he's a very perverted person when it comes to Dragon Ball related things, especially Majin Android 21. he know he knows he knows what he's done. Android 18, oh my goodness, not even. Like, please stop. The boy is a bit too open about his perversions. Not gonna lie. Friggin'. He's not one who's afraid to tell you exactly what is on his search history on Google, whether you like it or not. It, but he's a frickin' hilarious boy, so, you know, it's, it could be all jokes, but it could be all real, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it's all real. And, boy, if it is, that boy needs some help, and not the kind you can afford. But then again, nobody's perfect. I need help desperately. I'm a pretty fricked up person. All of my friends are fricked up. Every person in my family is fricked up. Everyone's fricked up. So let's just live in a big, happy, fricked up world. Ugh. Freaking, but actually, this isn't my first Dragon Ball art. A couple weeks back on my Instagram, I posted a picture of Golden Freezer that I really like, and I think I might draw a picture of Goku and post it on Instagram soon, but I'm not sure if I will or not. Maybe that's something you guys want, and that if it is, awesome, because whatever. Also, freaking in the last video, I said that that I was opening a big door by doing the first furry thing. Well, come Monday, I already got the first thing for a frickin' My Little Pony OC, and I'm doing it because the person who asked me was super nice. But yeah, expect that in the near future. But yeah. So right about now it should be showing the old picture, and then right afterward the new picture. And yes, yes indeed. I will see you guys in the next video. I miss you, Ryan. Don't forget that. Tell Matt I miss him too. He can probably see this, but I miss them all. So have a good day, guys. Bye. Original art credits go to Elemental 999E-9. parentheses Electra. That's a long name, so it's probably going to make it past the intro card. But hello, welcome to the new episode of Redraw, starring yours truly, Monkey from Amazing Games. And today we are doing the first, I can only assume is a My Little Pony OC. It's very reminiscent. It could just be your average Pegasus OC, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a My Little Pony OC. And, well, I'm not going to get better at this kind of stuff if I never do it. I think this might be the first time I've ever drawn even a Pegasus. And, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But I'm going to try my absolute darndest to do my best. Because I've never drawn it, but I have no quarrel with My Little Pony stuff. My brother, one of my brothers, Matt would know. My close friends would know which one was really into My Little Pony for a while. But yeah, one of my brothers was into My Little Pony for a while. And because there was only one TV at the time, I would watch the show with him every now and again. And, it's not bad. I wouldn't call it like the greatest show ever or anything, but it's not terrible. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it turned out to be. It was like, the characters were pretty one-dimensional, but it was like, at first, they each have their own personalities that they follow, kind of like the Care Bears, the only character I think that even changed a little bit was Fluttershy. She was probably my favorite out of the bunch, if I had a favorite, but I'm not a brony, so, it's okay. And of course there was that song that came out a couple years back about the bad guy of that show. I think his name was, it was Discord. This is it's all like, Discord, whatever can you do? Yeah, it's like, that Living Tombstone remix came out and everyone lost their minds. It was weird. I don't understand it, but, I thought the show was good for, like, little kids and whatnot, but I don't understand how, like, 32-year-old men can go out and just dress as a My Little Pony. It's just like, isn't that a little embarrassing, guys? No, it's just not even just a little. I mean, like, really, who's like, like, more power to you if you love the show when you're that age, but, like, oh my goodness, it's like furries for me, like real life furries. Anthropomorphic characters are awesome, but like the people who actually dress up in animal costumes and whatnot and pretend that that's who they are in real life I mean, I don't want to judge, but it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't hate them. I'm not gonna like beat up one just because they are, but I respectfully disagree that you should be able to do that stuff. And it's just like, you're 32. Why are you dressing up as My Little Pony? Shouldn't you be paying taxes? Or did you spend all your tax money on the costume? It's like really. You can just like a show, but please. It's like the Rick and Morty fans. They can be just as bad. Freaking dressing up like Rick and Morty and shouting wubba lubba dub dub and all that. It's like, it's ridiculous. So I guess the moral of this story is, just don't let fandoms go too far, I suppose. And, don't let them control you. Don't let them control your life. And well, right about now, it should be showing the old and the new pictures of this OC. And yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Original art credits go to Mr. Henke. I know that's not the most original name in the universe, but still. Hello! Welcome to the new episode of the Redraw Show featuring yours truly. And today, we're drawing a narwhal boy. I'm going to try and make this one extra good because I missed an episode on Friday due to some personal issues. And by personal, I don't mean like somebody in my family died or anything. It was just some stuff I had to do that was majorly inconvenient for the video. But anyway, today we're drawing a narwhal boy, a dude, literally just in a narwhal outfit. Because, I mean, yes. Why wouldn't you take the opportunity to draw a narwhal boy? Friggin', there's a tiny description here, which is like, it's his, Mr. Hankey's persona. Friggin', it's hard to think about Mr. Hankey without thinking about a Christmas hat wearing turd, but you know, he said this isn't actually his main account, but this is the one he gave me the picture in. His normal account is Birthday Boy Blam, which I get the reference, but it's like he basically said this is my persona. It's an awkward yet lovable, almost 19-year-old memer man child in a narwhal suit, which he wears the suit to, like, basically for the same reason that furries do, is they don't like themselves, so the only way that they can be fun-loving and amazing is by wearing a suit that covers them up so they can pretend to be different people than who they really are. Which I doubt that the person, Mr. Hankey, has that problem. I think he just likes to draw people in narwhal suits for the most part. But you know, it's like, it says which shows its emotion, so I had to bring that up, I suppose. There's a lot of cool pictures in the picture he showed me. Like there's one where he's playing video games. He's wearing those pixel sunglasses. He's wearing a cactus narwhal suit for some reason. He's dabbing. Wow, my video just aged significantly just by saying the word dab. But yeah, it's all pretty cool. Friggin', it's a very cute style that I don't see too often, and he's not a bad artist actually. So I'm like, it's kind of cool, you know. I just get to have my own interpretation of something. You know, it's like what am I gonna do? It's endless possibilities. I could make him shoot lasers out of his eyes or something. I could make him fly. I could make him freaking do flossing, I suppose, but I'm not gonna do that. But you know, you never know with this kind of stuff. It's the possibilities are literally endless. It's absolutely fantastic. No, probably gonna give it. I'm probably gonna keep it pretty traditional, except I'd throw something in that's gonna make it the craziest thing ever. Probably the craziest video I've made so far, just so I could make it up to everyone that I didn't make a video on Friday, even though nobody probably really cared that much. But still, it matters to me. So if I'm not doing it for you guys, I guess I'm just doing it for myself. But you know, it's just like one of those things. I just realized the picture of the character in the narwhal outfit is he's just screaming at people to fight him because he's freaking 102% Western in a cactus suit. That's freaking funny right there. This is a good group of pictures right here. It's great. I'm having a good time looking at this. I'm thinking of all the things I could possibly do with Richard the Narwhal Man. It's friggin'. I just noticed a thing on the corner that said it's free real estate. Freaking. Uh, this is fantastic. I'm gonna have a blast with this. This is gonna be great. Uh, I'm appreciating it, the picture more and more that I look at it. This is gonna be grand. So I hope everything turns out okay when I inevitably do this. And yes, sir. Right about now, it should be showing the old, and then the new. The new's probably gonna be not as funny because the old is so good, guys. I'm gonna post the original with it, so you guys will see what I mean. But yes, sirree. Have a good day, guys. Original art credits go to Blue Bay Hay / Pretty Pink. This one's going to be different, guys. I'm going to show the original first before the speed paint, just to show you guys what I'm doing here. Don't worry, I'll show it afterward too, so you can get that right after another comparison. But hello, uh, welcome to another episode of the Redraw Show featuring yours truly, and today we're yeah, I don't, I don't know. I actually love this one right here. I'm loving this one because this is uh this is a challenge for me, and not like the bad kind of challenge. This is like, yeah, it's like I don't I get to use a lot of artistic integrity with this one. The sky's the limit with what I can do with it because the original is what it is, and the original. I'm sure the artist has like is I don't know. I'm sure that it's like not her first. I'm sure it's like one of her earlier arts if she's better at this than she is now. Maybe she's just young, or if it is even a she, I don't know. But they're probably a younger, and I actually like that I was requested to do this art because it's 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 like there's a lot you can do with it when when you have art like this. There actually is though, however, a backstory to this particular character somewhere up here. Yes, the character's name is Lilith. Uh, she was abducted by a demon at 6 years old who was trying to use her as a vessel, but she managed to escape without her right eye. That's why her red eye is all wanky and weird. The original art isn't even in colors, so I even get to choose what colors this ends up being. I might do like since I record beforehand, I actually don't know how this is going to turn out, but I might do colors. I might do a really cool black and white color scheme. I don't know. There's so much there's so much you can do with stuff like this, and though the original art is not the best, nor I don't no it's maybe it's trying to be, but it's not the best. Um, I appreciate it existing because it's innate. It's a good canvas to work with. There's a lot I can do with it, and sometimes when you have a lot to do, it's a grand old time, and I think I can do I can do the character justice with what I have to work with. Uh, I don't know exactly how I'm going to redesign most of it. I can't tell if some things are other things or what. Like, there's these points on her ears, or are they ears actually? That's like part of the thing is, are those ears pointing out? Or are those just like horns? Are they? I don't know. Plus, I can't really tell how old this character is supposed to be because of the fact that it says she was abducted at 6 years old, but she's got like features that would make it seem like she's older, but she has huge eyes and a big head like a younger person, like a 6-year-old. But I'm like, I'm confused, but I'm grateful. Uh, I'm I'm gonna try and do the best with what I have, and gosh darn it, if the original artists don't appreciate it, then well, at least I tried. I was only given what I was. I was only given what you gave me, so I only had that much to work with. But I don't think there'll be any issues. I think this will turn out pretty darn good. Not friggin'. I mean, yeah. Though I mean, what else is there really to talk about? So right about now there'll be the before again, so you can get that side by side comparison, and then there will be the new one, and yeah. I hope you guys have a fantabulous day, and I will see you in the next redraw. Original art credits go to Logan stupid alien Hello. Welcome to the new episode of the Redraw Show, the show where we redraw other people's art and just chill and have a nice time while doing it. And today we're doing a spider lady, because this is one of I made like a request thing on Google Plus a long time ago. This was one of the first ones, but I never got around to it for one reason or another. Probably because of the fact that the original art is actually pretty darn good. I just didn't think it needed one. But now Google Plus is on its way out in like a month or so. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta get to all these if I can. That would be the best case scenario. But it's pretty cool, and I had fun drawing the sketch out. Sadly, I had to take a couple of artistic liberties due to my skills not being the best, but different. Uh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put all 8 limbs on the spider body half. I think I'm just gonna have to go with 6, and then have the arms of the character be um have to be the 7th and 8th limbs. I think that will work out just fine. But anyway, I also wanted to take this time to say why I haven't uploaded a video in the last, like, I want to say 2 weeks. Uh, there's this amazing thing called weather. Weather can be great, but in this case, weather was not. It snowed like 4 feet in 3 days where I'm hanging out at, and oh my god, my dog is barking. That's just not great. But yeah, it snowed like an incredible amount in a very short amount of time. And we're still plowing all the snow. Um, it's just ridiculous. Uh, yeah, like one of them, I think I just woke up and forgot about it. I was genuinely sorry. I was working on other stuff, Algebra 2 and all that. Just the worst. Oh my god, my dog won't shut up. Ugh. It'll be fine. It's friggin' uh this is the only time I got to record, so uh yeah. But yeah, I've been a busy boy, whatever you want to call it. This weather is just atrocious. Friggin' we had to refill our firewood supply, and to do that we basically had to dig World War I trenches in our backyard to get to the shed. And friggin' it was just terrible. It's just the worst. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know that that's why I've been absent for like the last couple of weeks. Uh, we made it past 150 subscribers a couple of days ago. So that was great. And I think we're even on 151. So I want to thank you guys for sticking with us for as long as you guys have. Uh, but anyway, back to the drawing at hand. Um, I actually really like this design of the spider character that I'm doing. Logan had a pretty creative spider lass. I'm thinking it's a woman. I'm pretty sure it's a woman. Yeah, but uh, it gives off a bit of a. You ever see that movie Coraline? Came out a couple years back. It's like at the end of the movie, freaking one of the characters is just like a spider, basically. Kind of gives me that vibe because it has the human torso with the spider bottom and whatnot. There's these two black dots on the original art. I think that they're eyes. If they're not, I'm terribly sorry, but that's how I'm interpreting them. So in the drawing, I'm going to turn them into eyes. Uh, the I can only hope that that's what the creator had intended. Uh, the colors are relatively simple. I'm gonna put shading on this one. Maybe have a more than just two colored background for once. I'm trying to get better at backgrounds and shading. Those are like the two things that I'm trying to not suck so hard at. So we'll just have to see how this turns out. And yeah, we're at about now. It should be showing the old and the new. Old for 5 seconds, new for 5 seconds, and all that. And yeah, you guys have yourselves a very merry day, and I will see you in the next episode of yeah, you get it. Original art credits go to Marvel, just Marvel. Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Redraw Show featuring yours truly, and today we're not doing an OC. We're back to the Marvel stuff. The last time I did Marvel stuff was on Christmas last year. And, well, today we're not doing the same thing. We're not doing Thor again, but today we are doing something maybe even better. We're doing Miles Morales from Spider Man Into the Spider Verse, or just Miles Morales in general. Uh, so, my mom bought Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. Everyone was telling me, "Oh, dude, it's like the best movie ever. It's like it won an Oscar this year. It won Best Animated Picture. And it's like, dude, you gotta see it. It's like, oh my god, it's so funny. It's so heartfelt and all that." And well, I saw it, and let me tell you, it's all 100% true. It's like one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen in my life. Okay, it's oh my goodness. Oh, the style is so good. It's so good. Freaking all the characters are great. Freaking especially Peter B. Parker. Oh my god, he's so funny. Freaking oh, everything was just so freaking good. Kingpin was an awesome villain. That's not a spoiler because it was in all the trailers. It was oh, just so good. Friggin' the only thing I think that would have made it a little better is if there was a little more time with those other spider people that they kind of just threw in for the last half an hour. The John Mulaney Spider Man, the Nicolas Cage Spider Man, and anime Spider Girl. If we could have had a little more time with them, I think the movie would have been would have Like, this movie's a solid 9.5 out of 10. If they've given a little more time to those guys, or just made the movie longer so that they could put more time into those characters, that would have been it would have been a solid 10. It would have been a solid 10. It was so good. Freaking, I love almost all of the jokes. Freaking, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it already. Stop the video right now. Go and watch the video. I mean the movie, not the video. Stop the video, watch the movie. I was getting confused there for a second, but yeah, just it's so good. But yeah, but onward to the drawing stuff. The stuff I think some people actually want to hear about. I'm drawing a picture of Miles Morales swinging on a web, of course, listening to a song on his headset. The design is not going to be exactly like Into the Spider-Verse because it's spray paint and whatnot, and I just don't care for that. I could do it, but I don't think I will. Friggin', I think I'm going to go for a cleaner look for it. Uh, I don't think I'm going to put the webbing on the black because, like, you could barely notice it unless you made, like, the webs, like, white. I don't think I'm going to do that. I might do it for, like, the fingers and the feet. Maybe I'll put some webbing on there. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of webbing. It's going to be a fairly simple one. I'm going to try and do like a cool comic background with like, you know how in the background of some comic panels there's like these weird dots that like go onto the side and they kind of like fade out as they go in. I'm going to try and maybe do something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Not going to lie. Uh, I'm assuming the song. I want to put the song in the background. I'm gonna see if I can put in the background. There's that one song by Post Malone called Sunflower that was all over Into the Spider-Verse. Um, I freaking uh. There's only like 5 seconds of the song in the entire movie, but they like replay it like a bunch of times in it, and it's it just got stuck in my head. Even though I can't understand a single word of it, it's just got stuck in my head, and it's already a contender for my jammies playlist. Freaking man, it makes me happy when I listen to it. Freaking, it's just that movie was just it deserved best movie of animated movie of the year. Man, it was oh oh. You know, I might do more of these kinds of redraws where I talk about movies that I saw. I might do more movie characters instead of OCs. I don't know. I think that'd be a pretty neat idea. Comment down below if you'd like to see more movie stuff. And yeah, right about now it should be showing the old, which should just be like a random screenshot from the movie, and the new. I know that the old one's gonna be better because the movie's better than my art. I know that for a fact. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed your time on the Redraw Show, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.
Original art credits go to, I think, Sega. If it doesn't belong to him, then, the design of it came from Sega, so whatever. But hello, welcome to the new episode of The Redraw Show, featuring yours truly. And this is my third time trying to record this because of the fact that people keep walking in and dogs keep barking. Let's just hope we don't have to do this a fourth time. And, yeah. Today we're doing a neato burrito one. We're taking our channel, or the Redraw Show, in a different direction from now on because of the fact that a lot of the places where OCs, not memes, OCs come from, are shutting down, like Google Plus and such.
So I've decided, and I asked people who follow me and Matt, and they agree that it's cool if we would go in a more movie direction where we draw characters from movies and stuff. Uh, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna draw OCs ever, but it does mean that there's gonna be a lot more movie characters than OCs. It's good for you guys, I suppose, because you guys get to see your favorite movie characters get redrawn, and it's good for me because movie characters are more, I guess, popular than most people's OCs. Like I'll still do OCs if people come to me and request it, but we're gonna be more movie focused. Hence the events of today, where uh, the first request I got, other than Audrey 2 from my friend Bryce, because that one's too complicated to do only in one night. I'm gonna be doing a redesign of the live action Sonic the Hedgehog character from the movie coming out later this year. I think it's November. This was requested to me by Shade, is what he's called now. Used to be Shadow LLX. Uh, yeah, friggin'. Uh, I'm gonna try my best. I don't do the live. I don't do realistic too well. My art style is inherently cartoony. Uh, but I can try. I do angles with my stuff. Most people, well, realistic art styles do things curvily and whatnot. I do my art style a bit more angularly, if that's a word. It's probably not, but still, um, I'm gonna try my darndest. Try to make the hair more realistic instead of cartoony. Well, not I'm not gonna put textures on it or anything, but like the outline of the hair is gonna be more realistic. I like some of the decisions. Like I like how the arms are blue, but I don't like how they replaced his gloves with weird white hands. It don't work with me. I'm probably gonna put gloves on it. Uh, I'm probably gonna keep the shoes realistic as well. Uh, but yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna keep the shoes realistic because that actually makes sense. That if he's going to be in live action, he's gonna have slightly more realistic shoes to wear and whatnot. It works. Gonna keep the eyes separated because no living thing on this planet should have eyes like Sonic in the cartoons do. It's just not what God intended, I suppose. And it's weird because it's only Sonic and Shadow, and it's only the hedgehogs other than Amy, I think. Maybe Amy has it too. Uh, but they have this weird thing where two they have two pupils but one eyeball, and it's like really disturbing. Yeah, Amy has it too. It's so weird, and it's not comfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the eyes separate. I might do the thing that the movie is doing though, and put a little white tuft in between the both of the eyes to make it look like there might be. Uh, yeah, I like that little space between the eyes. And that works for me, I guess. But it's oof, eh. I don't care for the live action design, but I don't hate it either. It definitely could have come out a lot worse. It definitely ain't like it's not even as bad as like the live action genie in the new Aladdin movie. I know a lot of people hate that too, but I that didn't bother me too much either. And this Sonic design bothers me less than the genie, so whatever. They're not gonna take my design and go like, well, let's push the movie back a year. We're gonna change the design for the better, but I could still try my darndest to do the thing, for the thing, because of things, and that's just how life works, I suppose. And yeah,
right about now you should be seeing the live action design of Sonic, and then right after my design of Sonic. And yes sirree, you guys have just a fantastic day. Keep the requests coming, guys. Yeah, you guys just have a blessed day. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. Hello, welcome to the 20th episode of the Redraw Show, featuring yours truly, Monkey from Mazy Games, as your host. And it's been like 5 months since I've made one of these, and but I'm back now. It's gonna be all okay. I just had a large lack of motivation, I guess, to do this. I have no idea why. I mean, I loved doing it when I did. I guess I just needed a break, and I guess it's not only that the reason I stopped. I guess I started working this summer, so I got a taste of the real world. And spoiler alert, it's not the most fun thing in the universe. But we're back nonetheless. We're bigger and better than ever now with our videos in glorious 720p instead of 144p like before, or at least it looked like it. We changed the screen, so now it's a widescreen thing instead of having to hold your phone like you're scrolling through Instagram or whatever's. So hopefully that makes things a bit more convenient for you guys. Couldn't get a new mic though. Was saving money this year summer for my boy Maddie's birthday present, and it just didn't fall on the table. But I think it'll be just fine the way it is. Found out what gains are on this thing, so I don't quite know if that'll actually affect what the audio sounds like, but maybe it'll improve minorly. It's one of those things. We'll have to just figure it out when I upload this. But today we got a twofer and kind of a theme going on with this redraw episode, because both of the creatures I'm drawing are aliens, and these are both requests that I got a long time ago, but just never got around to it. So to make up for it, I'm making them now, trying to redeem myself in the eyes of the public. Not that they really cared when I asked them if they still wanted them. They forgot they even asked for it. So it must have not have been that big of a deal, but still, it's a big deal to me. I don't wanna like get cut slack because I was a lazy boy, But right now we're drawing the minions from not the Minions, it's Minion from Megamind. Megamind's been making a big O comeback recently. Well, one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Scrophilus Productions. His logo is a Tamatoa from Moana, the giant shiny coconut crab. He made a video about Megamind. It's just been like, ever since the Keanu Reeves meme, that's totally not gonna date this video, came around, people have been comparing that to a joke from Megamind. It's just a glorious thing. I liked it before it was cool, and I'm sure a lot of people did too, but it just got supremely overshadowed by our boy, Despicable Me, which is like the one good movie that company has made. And I mean one, because the second one, Minions, and the third one, not very good movies, in my opinion. They're fine, but they're just not. I would only watch them once, But Megamind, I watched all the time when it came out. I got Despicable Me for Christmas one year, and then we watched that on Christmas Eve, and then
April the year after that, which wasn't very far off because December is the end of that year. Uh, Friggin' I got Megamind and I just watched it nonstop and loved the crap out of it. It's one of my dad's favorite movies. But anyway, here's the old. It's way better, of course. Then there's the new. It's a different spin. I think I did okay. But now we're doing our second alien of the day, which is Paul from the movie Paul. Oh shoot, I forgot to mention that the minion was requested to me by our boy, the Narwhal man. I think it's the Narwhal man. I don't have my computer on me, so I can't check. But I think it's either the Narwhal man or the Narwhal boy. And then this one was requested to me by someone called the Great Wall. And by the way they were talking about it, they seemed to really like this movie, and I can see why. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good comedy. It's one of them Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movies, which, if you don't know, they're the two guys who were in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, which I still haven't seen because I haven't really gotten the opportunity to. Well, I'm sure I've had the opportunity. I just never took it upon myself to actually sit down and watch it. I'm sure it's fine. It's just one of those things that I just haven't gotten around to. But Paul is one where they find an alien played by Seth Rogen in one of his truly funny roles as an alien man. Friggin' Seth Rogen has been hit and miss with me for very recently, because I don't hate Seth Rogen. I like him in a lot of the stuff he's in, but then he does stuff like play Pumbaa in the new Lion King, and then I just kind of oh, so this is how we're gonna play it. I thought we were friends, Seth Rogen, even though we've never met, and you have way more money than me and don't need me in your life. I thought we were kosher, my guy. But I see how it is. Friggin' that Lion King movie sucked. But anyways, back to Paul. Friggin' it was a good movie. Friggin' every character was pretty funny. The plot was kind of eh. But you really don't watch comedies for that kind of stuff. Friggin' one thing my parents are constantly saying when we're at the gas station and we're going into the store is, if one of them is left in the car, they roll down the window and they're like, "Reese's Pieces, yes, thank you." And I'm like, that's from the movie. I get it. That's a clever reference. Yeah, that's a clever boy. So it's quotable, I suppose. Yeah, it's just an overall decent movie. The thing with this one that made it so kind of difficult, though, is he looks kind of just like any stereotypical alien, from basically any alien movie ever. So I'm like, how am I gonna make him distinctly look like Paul? And I figured it out by taking some of the promo art. I decided to literally just make him look more detailed than my usual art and make him look just about exactly like Paul. And then I'm gonna put giant letters in the background that say Paul, just in case. Make it kind of look like a poster thing going on. He's gonna be flying through space and all that. That's just gonna be dandy, It's sadly, they didn't have the Paul font, so I just had to use this techno-y font that was very standard. It's one of those things. But I think it looks cool. What you're going to see here is I'm going to get the lighting wrong on him. I'm going to only light one side of him through the beam or whatever is encompassing him. That was my bad. I simply did not have the time to do both sides. It was late at night when I started it. I tried to do both of them in the same day because I'm a procrastinator. #relatable, I'm sure. I just couldn't get through it quick enough, but I think it turned out okay nonetheless. It was just one of those things where it's like you got to make do with what you made, and I think I did okay even though it's not accurate. It still looks cool to me and all that. So, you know, everything is gonna be all right. And insert song here. Friggin'. There needs to be more Paul memes. That's what I'm gonna leave off on. There's the old, it's obviously way better. And then here's the new. So yeah. Have a great day, guys, I guess. Oh yeah, the new background. So that's cool. Anyway, comment below what you think and your requests or whatever. See you later.